Okay, I'm just double checking the audio real fast. Let me double check the audio. Let's see how the audio is doing. Okay, I'm just double checking the audio real fast. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Audio's good. Everything's good. We are good to go. Hope everyone is having a wonderful turkey day on this turkey 23. So we're going to go down. We're going to go get everyone fed. And we've got some guests here, so we're going to talk with them and do all the fun things that you can when you have chickens and everybody and live on a farm on Turkey Day. We might end up going for a walk later. I'm not sure if I'll stream that or not, but we might end up going for a walk later. So something else to look forward to. So let's go adventure down. And Jake, make sure you have to lock this back. So it's a beautiful day here. It's I don't know what the temperature is. I think it's in the high 40s. We'll peek up at the sky in just a second so you guys can see beautiful blue skies. It's surprisingly not a single cloud in the sky today. So beautiful blue skies with not a cloud. Miss Sylvia, she is absolutely hungry, right? Hungry Picky. So happy Thanksgiving to you too. Mr. Allen. See, look, you know, Alan, you could live just right there. Look, there's a bath for you already. I'll put some food down. You've got some shade. You can hang out in the shade. You can have your little video game set up right under there. It'll just be perfect. I mean, look at that'd be perfect for you. Perfect setup for you. You know, bathtub, companion, shade for video games. So let's go get let's go grab some water. You want to carry some water for us? We could totally use your help carrying water. Get some water. Here you go. Take this. We're gonna go get some water. You can use that. You can use your walking stick to go get some water and such. Onward to get water.
It's real muddy. I don't look.
Okay, if you guys want to go in, that's cool.
No. I got to be careful what he's doing.
No, I don't want.
Okay, well, if you want to go in the barn and help Lisa feed in the barn, then it won't be as slippery in there.
Boston, I just don't want you to ruin your jacket.
It'll be fine. So is everyone having a wonderful Thanksgiving? Is it a good Thanksgiving for everyone? I hope so. I hope everyone's having a good Thanksgiving. Oh, by the way, there's our new fire pit. So the reason we have the fire pit sunken a bit, so you guys can see it's nice and sunken, and we have the reason you see the chimney going up like that is that it will help actually draw the air and the smoke up. So that is the plan with that. So let me, Lisa's right, we're kind of low on water. So we definitely need to get some water. Oh, you guys can't see. Yeah, there you go. See how the water's getting low. It's about halfway. This is about halfway. We'll probably end up getting the cistern. The downfall is it'll take a little bit because Lisa decided to customize the cords. And her customizing the cords means that we can't run power here. So what I mean by customizing, she was cutting these bushes yesterday, and she cut, and when instead of cutting the vine, she was absolutely nice enough to cut the electrical wire for us. Yeah, maybe we should have a fire tonight in it.
That's why I went in to change my shoes, because I didn't want to do my other feet.
So let's head on over. I'm going to start feeding everyone in here for Lisa while she is slightly preoccupied. So we're going to head on up here. No, it's interesting. I can't see. This thing is supposed to tell me how many people are following me on. It's supposed to tell me how many people are following me on all of the platforms, but I can't seem to get the Facebook one to work as well. So, no worries. No worries. Let's get in here. Let's get everybody fed, get everybody nice and happy. Talk about a little bit about Thanksgiving. So my friends came in town this Thanksgiving, which was really cool. Awesome. I just wanted to make sure my mic was working. So yeah, friends came in this Thanksgiving, which was really fun. What I like about Thanksgiving is I like being able to have more people come and hang out. It's cool when there's people hanging out for Thanksgiving. It's cool when you have a group of people. It reminds me of a lot more of like when I was a kid, because we used to have larger Thanksgivings. The holidays used to be really fun when we had lots of people come and hang out. And I do plan, and in the next coming years, as we get more stuff, more infrastructure here on the grounds of Mavis set up, I plan on having more ways for people to come visit, more places for people to stay. We're gonna have some campgrounds. We're gonna probably put in another cabin. You guys, some of you know that my plan is ultimately in the future to kind of have this turn in have more of a resort feel, just so there's ability for people to be able to get away. Because with the hustle and bustle of everyday life, just having a location that people might be able to get away from and enjoy spending time in nature and learning a little bit about agriculture and farming. That is kind of my main focus in life. My why is to teach, and the teaching is really to focus on improving the quality of one's life. And I think having more time in nature, having more time around animals, that is really the big why. And then how to figure out how to do that. So we're talking a lot about, we're doing a lot of compost. We're doing a lot of talking about our composting toilet. And what's cool with our composting toilet is we have an awesome name for it now. It's a VMAC. So it's a Vermiculture Microfresh Earth Closet. So that's really some cool stuff. We're going to do some workshops next year. We're going to do some more videos. I'm going to definitely do some videos of prepping and getting stuff set up so you guys can learn how to build this. So you guys can learn how to do this stuff as well. Because some of you off-gridders, or some of you might have farms, or some of you just want to do something a little different than normal. That's the idea behind. It's absolutely the idea behind what we're going to be teaching and showing and everything. Do I have a favorite chicken? At the particular moment, I don't, but I have had favorite chickens in the past. I have chickens. We have chickens that are favorites of other people's. So like here, this is Timmy. So this is Timmy. One of our nephew, me and Lisa's nephew, named her Timmy, and she is. We thought it was going to be a boy, but she is a very interesting chicken. So I would say this falls in the category of one of the chickens that I really like. So I've had some really awesome. I have actually, because I like chicken so much, I have a tattoo. It's an upside down tattoo. I have a tattoo of a chicken on my arm. But I raised chickens. My first chicken to start the farm here. For those, maybe, yeah, the first chicken to start the farm when I moved down here about 20 years ago, I raised a chicken. I raised a chicken, and it was its name was Lefty L Leftwich, and I rescued that chicken from a pound, by the way. So you're asking, so main reason I raise chickens is, one, I just enjoy raising chickens. Two, they're eggs. Three, they're fertilizer. And four, I think it's a good idea for people to get and learn where their food comes from. So people get to come here, get to handle the chickens. They get to understand maybe a little bit about chickens. They get to learn part of the chicken personalities, because every chicken has a different personality, and every chicken's a little different than each other. Some of them, like, you have a lot of NPC chickens. You have a lot of chickens that are just boring chickens. They don't really do a whole lot. And then you have chickens that are just kind of really fun and exciting, and they do lots of stuff. So no, we don't. So because I run a nonprofit, and because of our current mindset, all of our animals, we here on the farm, we don't eat any of our animals, but I do teach people how to raise animals for sustainability. I know people that know how to humanely butcher animals. We know all the tricks. We just don't practice killing any of our animals here on the farm. I refer to myself as a gentleman farmer for those purposes, but I'm not opposed to, I actually think more people should be butchering their own animals, raising their own animals, and knowing exactly where their food source comes from. So I'm not opposed to that. I just don't practice that. So. But so those that don't know my background, I was a city kid. I grew up in the inner city. And so when I moved here to the country about 20 years ago, in my mid-20s, I had to learn a lot about this lifestyle. I really wanted to do the off-grid. I wanted to be able to survive on my own. I wanted to be able to build community around that concept. And so I started doing that. And then I realized that the best way to get more people to do that is to teach it. So then that's when I got all the paperwork, started my 501c3, started teaching people different things about farming, different things about raising animals. And that's how I've got to this particular point. So if you like these kind of programs and you want to see what I do, it's Mavis Pharmacy, spelled with an F, so F-A-R-M-A-C-Y, mavispharmacy.com. You can visit that website, and you'll see the nonprofit. You'll see some of the stuff that we're doing on there. That website's going to be expanding over time as I start learning, be able to teach more and more lessons. As I teach more and more lessons and be able to help out people. And what I also really like is we have a Discord community. It's discord.gg/xDrFirefly. We have a group of people on there from all walks of life, and we talk about a variety of stuff. It's a really good community that we're trying to build, because there's a lot of stuff I'm going to learn from you guys. There's a lot of stuff I just don't know. And here in Appalachia, here in southern West Virginia, I'm limited to being able to do certain things because I have strong 4 seasons. But we have friends in the Discord, and friends that might live in a tropical region, or might live in Florida, or might even live up in Canada where it gets even colder. And there's different farming techniques and different types of raising animal techniques that you're going to get up in those particular area as well. And being able to share our skills, like share our experiences. So one of the big things that I love doing in the spring is I love sharing my experience of how to raise bees, because raising bees, I never had any idea how much, I never would have imagined how much I enjoy raising bees. But it is one of my favorite things to do in the world. I absolutely love honeybees. It's like I don't know, it's a silly thing to say that you're addicted to, but it's just absolutely wonderful. So yeah, that's some people raising bees is probably not right for them. I as somebody who, I don't necessarily enjoy getting stung, but I got to the point where I learned how to be patient. I learned how to quiet my mind, and learning how to quiet your mind and being patient is a great way to get closer to, balance in life, very close to Zen. And so I've learned that that's just helped me balance out things. Oh, it is absolutely almost meditative. It absolutely is meditative, especially when you can quiet your mind to the point where you can listen to the bees and you can hear their personalities. So like when they get angry or when they're happy or when they're content with what's going on, when you can get to that particular point and be able to hear that, that's really the trick. You like one of the big tricks I've learned with the bees is being able to listen to their buzzing and being able to identify when they're just angry and they're just like, okay guys, you only have a little bit more time left to be working with this hive, because they are tired of this hive being open and they're tired of you being in there bothering them. And being able to learn that sound and learn that difference. And that's one of the things I try to teach. I've got some ideas. I'm working on, like, I've added a new microphone, and I'm going to be adding some new cameras next year with some of the IRLs that we'll be doing, so that so you guys can see more of what I'm seeing, so you guys can get more of the immersive experience of raising bees, raising animals, getting here on the farm. So I just, it's a little at a time. It's just, yeah. I mean, this is a lifestyle I chose, and to a lot of people, it's an interesting lifestyle because it doesn't. I have a lot of free time. I can't say a free time. My time is my time. Like, I control most of my time. When I say control, I mean as in, like, I'm the one that has to chase the pig around, and I'm the one that has to solve the problems when something crazy happens on the farm. But my time is mine. It's dictated by choices that I make. Ben Twisted, thank you for all the lemons. And, my time is dictated by the way I want my time to be. Maybe sometimes Sylvia gets out and runs around, or maybe there's times I have to go address what's happening in cages, or I have to address what's happening with the different types of animals. But in general, instead of me punching somebody else's clock, I am controlling what I do throughout the course of my day. Like, this is why I chose. Like, we joke around and we say we're second shift farmers. We feed our animals, middle of the afternoon. Of course, in the mornings and the evenings, we make sure that they have plenty of water. Usually, because we're not really morning people, usually well into the evenings, we make sure they have plenty of water at night so that they can make it all throughout the course of the day. But that's kind of the way that balances out, and it does a really good job. And the other idea is to show people, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Ben Twisted, and everybody else that's watching as well. One of the big things I just want people to do, and why I stream, is I just want you guys to understand that this isn't an impossible lifestyle. This is something that's achievable. It's slower. It's a whole lot slower than what most people are used to. And maybe to some of you a little bit boring. But I don't know, I think it's very rewarding. You regularly deal with life in very intimate ways. You deal a lot with life and death. a lot with life and death. Like the last couple months, man, it's just a lot of the animals we've had a high death count for lots of reasons here on the farm. But what I know is in the spring we'll have a nice fun birth count, and I'll have a lot more babies to deal with, a lot more fun, a lot more new animals to experience. Next year we plan on adding sheep. Well, okay, we plan on adding sheep if I get around to having the if I get around to be actually building my fence, which is something that we always every time I have a good plan, I have good solid plans on the farm to get things done, and it doesn't always work out the way I'd like them to be planned. But that is the plan, to add sheep into the mix. So, but you were talking about loving your chickens. I absolutely I don't know if I'll ever not have chickens again in my life. Having excuse me, raising chickens, raising ducks, raising rabbits, raising bees. I just think that those are going to always, I don't see any reason why I would not have all of those, or at least one of those in my life at any given point. Maybe if something drastic happened. Let me show you guys this. This guy's really cool. I want to show you this guy. He's a little baby. He's a little stressed out. I know. But this is one of the baby. This is one of the babies that recently hatched. But I want to show you how cool. So I don't know how well you guys can see the black. It's kind of it's going to have the nice Dalmatian color scheme. So a nice little silky baby with the Dalmatian. These were late babies. So this is actually a good silky. If you look, it's got actually really nice. It's got really nice feet. So with silkies, one of the ways you can tell how good their genetics are is how good their feet are. So this one has the four. This one has the four. This one has the 4 toes. All toes have so 1, 2, 3, 4. Has the 4 toes. Also has really nice claws on the toes. Has nice fur coming down the toes. This guy's gonna have a little bit of a top notch. With silkies. Silkies are one of the hardest to tell if they're going to be boys or girls. But this is going to be a very, very nice silky that came from very good stock. Now, I've had silkies with 10. Now, I think 8's the most toes I've ever had on one leg, on one thing. So sometimes silkies will get way too many toes. That doesn't mean that they're not good. They're not going to be a good animal. Doesn't mean they're not going to lay a lot of eggs. It just means that their genetics are just not absolutely ideal. I've fed, everybody in here is fed and watered. Yeah, if you want to take this to the handy run, that's where I'm heading next.
Well, I'm getting food, so you can give it to the bunnies.
Well, yeah, just put it in the handy run, and because I'll be out there in just a second. So, but yeah, so that's another thing we're gonna talk next year. Sorry, guys. Tuesdays. I didn't end up doing this Tuesday because I had my friends came in town Tuesdays. But every Tuesday we're gonna do Midnight in Doc's Garden. We're gonna get back to talking about gardening. We're gonna get back to talking about farming. We're gonna get back to talking about stuff where you guys can call in, where you can jump into the Discord, where we can just have questions. We can watch videos. You guys can jump in. You can ask questions. You can tell me about what's going on your farm. You can tell me about stuff that maybe you want to get a farm, and we really just need to talk about how you can achieve that. We're going to bring that show back every Tuesday night. Midnight in Doc's Garden is what it'll be called. Look for it on all the favorite places. If you want reruns of this, you can't catch it on DLive or Kick, I have a Rumble channel. So the two easiest ways to find everything on Rumble is X Dr. Firefly or Mavis Pharmacy. If you find either one of those on Rumble, all the reruns, I archive everything there up on Rumble. I occasionally try to archive it up on YouTube, but Rumble is the better place to be able to archive if you want to watch past shows after it bleeds off of the streaming services and such. So, but silkies, back to silkies. There is a lot of wonderful things about raising silkies and having silkies. I would say if you're new to raising chickens, silkies are probably the first chicken to start We're gonna have to go get a drink of water in a minute. Silkies are the first chicken to start off with. Part of the reason for that is they are just so peaceful. Even the roosters. I've got a roo that I can easily grab that's not eating right now. So even your roosters. So as you can see him right here. Try not to get him. I'm not holding him that well. Okay. So even your roosters. I'll hold him like this. He likes it better. So even your roosters, you guys can see. Spiky rooster. Super calm, super chill. You know, you can carry, kids can carry him around. You can carry him around as pets. You can pet them. Also, it's been a little while since I've shown you guys this. I'm going to show you guys another trick on mastering your roosters, of keeping control, as we refer to on this channel, being the master of cocks. So if you have a rooster, especially when they're young, what you want to do if you think they're going to get mean or you think they're going to get angry, what you want to do is you want to cover their head and their combs. This just happens to be a rose comb. You want to touch the rose comb. If they've got gobbles, which he has little tiny ones, you want to touch them as well. And you want to touch their beak. You want to cover their head. And this is showing a lot of dominance. This is saying that I am, pretty much by doing this, is saying, I'm the winner, I'm the winner, I'm the winner, I'm the winner. You are losing. And that's what you do. And that calms chicken. And it sounds ridiculous, but by doing that, you can keep your chickens nice. You can keep your chickens nice and calm. Regularly holding, if you have roosters, regularly holding your roosters also shows a level of dominance. And they know that they're going to be picked up and be held and such like that. They won't come after and attack you. Now, are you going to have chickens that are dicks? Absolutely. It happens. I have some hens that are far worse than some of my roosters. It's just inevitable. Some chickens are they're just mean. And it's just something that you're going to have to deal with. And that's okay. It's okay to occasionally have occasionally have some mean chickens. And you know, and you can choose. I highly suggest choosing not to breed them unless you don't mind it. I mean, the perk of having a couple mean having a couple mean roosters, especially if they're free ranging, is they will do a good job of keeping the dogs and other types of you can't really see me there. They'll do a good job of keeping the dogs and other types of animals at bay. The downfall is they might try to attack you a bit, and they might try to bite you. So here we are in the handy run. This is the smaller little barn that we have. So this barn was actually donated to us by one of the local guys who had this barn, didn't need it anymore, and knows that I really enjoy repurposing things. It's one of my favorite things to do is find ways to repurpose things. So he gave me this handy run that we call it. We call it the handy one because it's very handy. And so this is repurposed, and so in here we have some of our. We were originally going to put in here bunnies, but we opted to go with setting this up as a chicken, a small little chicken thing. The really nice thing about this is we can wrap it in greenhouse plastic, and so in the winter, when you have your barn completely wrapped in greenhouse plastic, it keeps it very, very warm in here. So it's very nice. Okay. And then we just have the bunnies in here. Those fed. There's give the guys. Downfall to this one is we're actually, if you notice, it's a little short. I need to actually dig the floor out a little bit, which is one of the goals that we are going to be having out of all of the goals that we're going to be trying next year. One of the ones we're going to be doing is absolutely be digging out this floor, so that it's a little bit easier to move around. But for now, it works. And I will tell you that with the way I do a lot of things, when I get things that actually work and are doing what I need them to do, I am just happy. I am happy and content. I'm happy content with that. Okay. So let's we're gonna go for a quick little walk because I know I'm gonna drink water too. We're gonna go for a quick little walk down the back path to the Just-in-Time Gardens. And while we're going down there, let me show you guys want to see. I haven't got a chance to wrap it yet, but the bees are in the beehive right there. And we'll be wrapping that. Very soon. Me man, thank you so much for all of the lemons. And the ice cream. Happy Turkey Day, me man. So what we're doing right now is, because I keep coughing, we're gonna come get a drink of water. I'll put you guys there. I'll show you the proper way to drink from a spring. So just so you guys see, proper way. This is the proper way to drink from a spring. So I'm just getting some of the sticks that I knocked in here. So yes, I know where the spring water comes from. This is spring water that I've been fostering and making sure does its thing for years. So I could be lazy and I have cups sitting around, but the cups are filled with leaves. So we're just going to drink straight from the source. Yeah, so right from the source. Now I shouldn't be coughing as much. Good spring water, fresh. It's cold, extremely cold. So this is one of my freshwater springs that I know exactly where it comes from. I've been drinking from that for years. I think it's important. I do think it's important if you have a farm, you should know where your spring water is. You should know where the fresh water is that you can drink from. And check it regularly. I've actually checked this water. I've taken it to the lab and I've checked this water. Not that I'm that concerned because I drink living water all the time. So I like to drink water that has visited the fewest amount of pipes as possible. Okay, let's continue on. We're gonna go. We talked about going out to the field on the back path. Let's head over to the. Let's head over down to the back path. We'll look at the Just-in-Time Garden. We'll peek up at the mountain again, and we'll talk a little bit about what future plans there is. So let me. In a couple years, we're going to do a couple workshops this year, but then after that couple workshops, in a couple years, we're going to do some more. We've got some other ideas of what we're going to do. So, okay. No, that's been twisted. That's extremely useful to know where your freshwater springs are. So, by the way, guys, again, for those that didn't catch earlier, beautiful blue skies. You can see today, there's not even a cloud in the sky. So, but here's up the back path trail. So things that we're going to focus on next year. So things we're going to focus on next year is we are going to focus on improving this hayfield. I've got a handful of different things. There's a lot of good benefit things that came out of this hayfield for us not cutting it this year. We're going to take advantage of some of that. I'm also going to hopefully I'm going to try to get 50, somewhere between 50 to 100 fruit trees. And we're going to plant those fruit trees right up that ridge. We're going to plant that fruit trees right up that ridge right there. Hopefully the goal for the fruit trees that we will do there. We're going to definitely do more garden expansion. I absolutely let the melancholy kick in this year, and I did not have as good a yield of plants as I should have. I did okay, but if I would have if I've given myself, if I would have maybe dealt with my melancholy a slightly different way, I would have had more energy to get out here and have more and more plants and grow more and more stuff. But I think I've solved most of that now, so I'm very excited about that. Like I said, a handful of workshops. The big workshop we're going to be doing is the VMAC, which is our vermiculture microflush earth closet. And we're going to be doing workshops on teaching how to build those pretty much off-grid toilets that require very little amounts of water. So that'll be on the plan. That'll be on the books. And then, like I said, tons of stuff. You guys will, if you guys are following along, again, you can follow along on Discord, discord.gg/extractfirefly, or you can visit the mavispharmacy.com, the website, such. So just thought we'd go for a little walk. Spent about a half an hour. It's a pretty good time for this show. Again, guys, Tuesday nights, probably 9 o'clock Eastern time or so, we'll be going back to doing regular shows. And as soon as the snow falls, we'll be doing more regular snow hikes. And as soon as I can figure out another good day, that little car is that loud. As soon as I figure out another day to do another groupings of shows, we'll be doing more shows. And some of the shows will be lessons. We'll be teaching some stuff. So, yeah, that's more stuff to look forward to. If you like this kind of stuff. If you guys have any requests, things that you'd like me to talk about, workshops that you'd like me to hold, things that you'd like me to teach you, please let me know. Send me an email. Contact me whatever's the best way for you guys to contact me. So, if you guys want to support me, down in the description below, you guys can see the links to like Cash App, PayPal for my nonprofit. You guys, the wonderful guys like out there, like Me Man and Ben Twisted, that donated lemons. Absolutely appreciate those. And I also have a hat. If you guys like ball caps, you can jump down in the description below. I have some ball caps. And we're getting a coffee mug, because who doesn't want to drink coffee? And if you guys are interested, you guys can join on the Patreon. And on the Patreon, in the spring, or just anybody that really wants, if you guys are interested in having seeds in the spring, contact me. We'll work something out, because I try to mail out seeds to most of my followers that are interested in seeds every spring. I usually start mailing them out in March. So if you're interested in getting a packet of seeds and start learning how to grow stuff yourself, I have a couple things I do need to know, because I don't want to give you seeds that aren't going to grow in your area. But if you're interested in seeds, you can contact me however you want. That's one of the programs that we offer through Patreon, is regular things like regular contact, regular seeds, such like that. But if you just want seeds, just let me know in the spring. We'll work something out. I'm all about trying to get as much. I want as many of you to start practicing growies as possible. So whatever you guys can figure out and grow, I just want to see you guys try. And I want to see as many of you guys thrive and learn the skills that you can, because it doesn't matter if you live in the city, live in the country, live in the suburbs, live in an apartment. We can find a way to start getting you a little bit more sustainable, a little bit more self-reliant, and with a good community around you, we can find ways to thrive. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you guys all have a wonderful turkey day. It's Doc. As soon as we go in, we're probably going to eat in a little bit. Might end up jumping on later tonight. So if I see any of you guys on the chat later tonight, that would be awesome. If not, I will see you guys next time I do a Let's Feed the Chicken show, which will probably be later this week. So anyways, friends, thank you again, Me Man. Thank you again, Ben Twisted. Thank you again for everybody that donated and followed and asked questions. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming with me as we feed the chickens and get everybody fed. It makes everything go by a lot faster when you guys are here helping out. So anyways, till tomorrow, it's Doc. Adios.